Today on the Ask BP podcast, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of using retirement funds to invest in real estate. Stay tuned.
You're listening to another BiggerPockets Ask BP podcast, where you'll hear short, direct answers to your biggest real estate questions. Submit your question today on Facebook, Twitter, or the BiggerPockets forums by using hashtag AskBP. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Real Estate Investing and other great content when you sign up for your free account at BiggerPockets.com. With that, let's get to the show.
My name is Mindy Jensen, and you're listening to the Ask BP podcast. Today's question comes from Greg in Crossing, Pennsylvania, who asks, can you talk about the pros and cons of using retirement funds to invest in real estate? Well, that's a great question, Greg. And on the surface, it sounds like the pros are making money and the cons are losing money. But it's not quite that simple. There's the less risky way to invest in real estate using your retirement funds by using a REIT, or a real estate investment trust. The cons with using the REIT is that you have almost no control over where your money goes. You simply give the fund your money and they invest it as they choose. The pros are you don't have to deal with the trash, the electrician, the broken water heater in the middle of the night, the air conditioner that goes out when it's 120 degrees outside. So a REIT is a nice, safe-ish way to invest in real estate using your retirement funds. Another way to use your retirement funds is to cash out of your 401k. This also has pros and cons. The pros are you can take your money out and then grow it really big in investments, in real estate. The con is you can take your money out and lose it like any other investment. Right now, in the last 2 years, the market is up almost 40%. So if you would have taken your money out of your 401k to invest in real estate, unless you could have made 40%, you would have lost money. Another con is you are limited in the amount of money you can take out of your 401k. You're only allowed to take up to 50% of the money that you have in your 401k, but that is capped at $50,000. So you've got $50,000 to invest with, and that's great. That's a great down payment. It could be an entire property if you are in a lower priced area. But again, you have to make sure that you are going to be able to profit with that money more than you think the stock market is going to do, because that's where your 401k is invested in right now anyway. On the other side of that, once you've borrowed from your 401k, there are pros and cons with that actual money, with the actual loan for the 401k. The pros are you're paying interest to yourself, so you are still making money, but you're pulling it out of this pocket to put it in this pocket. It's not like you're really gaining a lot when you're paying interest to yourself. It's still better than paying interest to a bank. A con could be that you have to pay that money back within 60 days if your job changes. So if you lose your job, if you quit your job, you better make sure you have that money to put back into the 401k, or you are penalized. There's a 10% early withdrawal fee. There is the tax rate that you're currently in. All that money gets taxed. So you take a huge hit if you're not able to pay it back right away. That's another thing to consider if you're going to take out a 401k loan. It is impossible to predict the market. On any given day, you are just as likely to make money on paper as you are to lose money on paper. The market is up almost 40% since January of 2013. On that $50,000 401k loan, you would have lost out on $20,000 in growth. And that brings us to today's success quote from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who says, if you don't know how to care for money, money will stay away from you. Remember, in pursuit of your goals, don't just learn, but take action. For the Ask BP podcast, this is Mindy Jensen signing off.
You've just heard another episode of the BiggerPockets Ask BP podcast. Submit your question today on Facebook, Twitter, or the BiggerPockets forum by using hashtag AskBP. And for more incredible real estate investing tools and education, including a free download of our book, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Real Estate Investing, head over to BiggerPockets.com and sign up for your free account today. We'll see you on the next show.